So we ended up going to arbitration, and the arbitrator said, "Mark, you did everything right. We totally get it." And arbitrators are good. They don't
Mhm.
make you feel bad. They always make you feel good, but then they try to coach you in a way to kind of come together. And but if you go to court and she's crying and she's pregnant and the judge feels sorry, you could be you could be in a kind of a pretty scary situation from a liability point of
Mhm.
view. I said, well, what do you think I should do? They said, could you give her 2 months
Mhm.
compensation? I said, done.
Yeah.
Done, man.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to pay a little bit of money up
Yeah,
front.
2 months is
Yeah.
nothing, I mean, when you're talking so, and I felt actually good about it because, I mean, sh when somebody doesn't work out in a job, I empathize with them
Yeah.
too. Nobody, most people just, I didn't say that that person had bad intent, but they just weren't fit for the job.
Yeah.
So they got to have inside, they're not feeling good. And if she's pregnant and she's starting a family, it's like, but I don't want to be taken advantage of as
Mhm.
a business leader. You're right. So it all kind of worked out.
And plus, two lessons too. Like like people will say, like always fire fast. No one fires fast, right? It's always I can't fire so and so because it's birthday, Chris, right? Like when you decide to fire someone, and when you come in, already knows that person been gone a long time ago, right? So you got to fire fast, right? And plus, you got to fire them the right way. You can't say, "Hey, I'm gonna fire you, Jason. You're a piece of shit." You got to say, you got to say something more like, "Hey, Jason, this ain't working out. Let me help you get a better opportunity for you. You got to make it seem like a win-win, right? You can't."
Totally. And again, I was in leadership roles all around Asia. And one of the things that I found is, except for that one situation, I never had a bad fire.
Mm.
And you show people respect, you explain to them why it's not a good fit, what the expectations are. And more often than not, they just want to be treated with
Mm.
respect and and treated in a fair manner. And most people are pretty straight. They're
Yeah.
pretty good about it.
So I don't know how Singapore was, but I was in Vietnam for 90 days. I connected with a couple of headhunters there, right? And it is so insane, right? The job script, it'll say like, um, female 20 to 25 or guy over 40 or like, it'll have like height, weight.
Totally
And like my
non-acceptable here.
mind like,
so, so no, that's all over Asia, man. That's all over Asia.
is okay.
But, I used to get resumes in Korea, and they would typically start by saying, "I was born in a good family
Mm.
in a small town and raised with these values." And
Yeah.
they'll give you their quote unquote origin story.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, this is not relevant, and I don't even want to know, and I shouldn't even be able to see this. And they put their pictures and
Yeah.
everything like that. And but from their point of view, what they're trying to show, this was 10, 15 years
Mm.
ago, and previous to that, going back to the early 90s, it may have changed now. But what they were trying to demonstrate was that they came from a good family, therefore that they are trustworthy.
Good stock, so to speak.
Exactly. Which here, nobody, you wouldn't put that in your cover letter,
No.
right? But you had to kind of, you know what? When in Rome, do as Romans.
Yeah.
Which is a challenge because if you're, running a multinationals office in Asia,
Mm.
you have to, again, do as the locals, but you can't violate your company's rules.